In this video, we're gonna go through a set of pliés with the intention of seeing all the small and big cues, the thoughts, and the pieces of work that show up in simple movement. If you consider yourself a beginner, this can really help clarify some of the things that you hear in class and give you some ideas of things to play with. And if you're more of a seasoned dancer, there's nothing like coming back to the basics and realizing just how much there is to get out of a simple movement. My favorite saying is, let's be savagely good at the basics. Hey dancers, I'm Allie Christensen, dance movement specialist, and today I'm gonna take you through a set of pliés the way I would with a one-on-one client. My goal is always to tie our cross-training and conditioning into what we're actually working on in class. After we do a workout, we'll take a few minutes to talk about how the work applies to the training that's happening inside of the studio. This video was inspired by a client who was having some knee discomfort in plié. She also shared that she didn't really know what to focus on in her plié besides bending and straightening her knees. So let's take a look at it. So I've moved my bar around so you can hopefully see me the best. Now I want you to just think of this as play and exploration for your pliés, because really what needs to happen is you need to start having a different understanding of what you're focusing on and how it could feel in your body. Some of that could come in the next 5 minutes of watching and playing with this video, but honestly, it's gonna come from probably re-watching, re-listening, and then many times of you playing with it yourself in the studio. So we're gonna keep simple, something that most of us know. We're just doing 2 pliés and a grand plié. So we're gonna make it look like this: 2 demi pliés, a grand plié, all the way down if your knees can handle it. I'm gonna take a port de bras to the side today, come back up to the top, rise up into a balance, and then lower back down. We would do that in 2nd, 4th, and 5th, just like our standard plié combination. So what the heck are we thinking about when we do our pliés now? So right away, the biggest things that I think we could focus on will be feeling our turnout from the very beginning, and then feeling the length in our hips. So if you press your pinky toes through the floor, I'm not rolling so that I lose my big toes. I'm just doing enough that then I can feel my turnout muscles, which are back here, kind of forget about what's happening here in the front. These are not turnout muscles. These are turnout muscles back here. So as I press my pinky toe through the floor, I can feel my turnout muscles a little bit more. Then I can think about my hip girdle pulling up off of my thighs, or I call this the harness hip. If you want to hear my explanation of pull up, check out the video above. I highly recommend it, because how many times have you heard pull up in your life? So I'm gonna be thinking about pinky toes and harness hips, or pull up, the whole time. Now this, probably the other thing I'm gonna be aware of is that I'm not just pushing my shoulders down, because when I push them down, I actually get a lot of strain in my neck. I'm gonna be thinking more about how I pull my lats or my scapula down into, I say, my jean pockets. And when I do that, then my shoulders stay down and my arms can float. My elbows, wrists, and fingers can do their job of elegance in ballet class. Sometimes I say that this shoulder girdle is like the cake, it's the structure, and then you can frost the cake however you want. So whatever style you're doing, whatever little zhuzh you want to put on top of it, that happens through the elbows, wrists, and fingers. So if we wanted to have something a little bit more down, a little more lifted, or more of an élongé, this actually stays really solid, armpits into pockets. So as I prepare, I'm gonna feel my pinky toes, I'm gonna feel my harness hips and my armpits pulling down into my pocket. I give a little élongé as my harness hips pull up, try to stay up as I go as much as I can into my plié. Then I push my pinky toes through the floor and I feel my hips pull me up, not just my belly button. Again, pinky toes. If my hips were trying to stay as high as they can before I go down, that's the pull up into your demi-plie. and then pushing pinky toes, moving the floor down as my hips pull up. I do a little allongé, so I'm gonna drop my armpits into my pockets. I'm gonna send my fingertips long and out, and then I'm gonna go down into my grand plie. I'm not gonna relax all the way down. I'm actually gonna stay a little lifted. I'm gonna find my pinky toes and heels, and then open out to the side. I get this feeling of strength and driving through the floor so that I can create the artistry from the upper body as I go into my stretch and come back over. Now, as I go up into my balance, I'm feeling the legs pushing through the floor, my harness hips pulling up, and I'm also pushing my head through the ceiling. So I'm not just going up, 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 up. I'm driving down and moving something with my head, pushing the floor down, moving the ceiling with my head to find my balance. I'm feeling the back of my body getting really long, not the front. That's gonna encourage you to scissor or open your ribs. Think of the back of your spine, like the hairline pulling up in the back. I find my balance. I'm going to do my harness hips as I lower back down. Then I would tendu into the next. There's a lot of little things, and we didn't even move our feet really, right? We didn't do a tendu. We didn't talk about the shape of things. All we did was one position. But there's so much good information that can get you ready for turnout, for the engagement through the abdominals, through feeling the spiral through the legs, through connecting the upper body and feeling settled but expansive in your port de bras. There's a lot of beautiful things that can happen in your pliés. So I would really love to hear what you're gonna focus on. I think especially as adult dancers, we think that there must be so many things that just I need to focus on, but no, I work with you guys all the time, every day, for hours, and everybody is very similar. And the beautiful thing about adults is that we are a community. We want to encourage others and ourselves to follow our passions and to really see big change in your dancing. So this type of breakdown once in a while can really help carry you through the rest of your classes. So drop in the comments below what was helpful for you. Make sure that you subscribe and like the video. I have workouts, tips and exercises, ballet technique, everything coming at you often. So make sure that you're following, and I will see you all right back here next time.